G'day everyone, Stuart here from FGM Ecast. We thought we'd do something a little bit different today. We're just toying around with a couple of different content ideas to help bring more content to you followers. And we thought we'd jump on with an idea where we're going to give you a review of a race from a driver's perspective. So last night we had the AusProAm Sim Series and we were at the Charlotte Roval. We had 43 Audi GTOs on track, and it's almost impossible on such a short track for us to capture all of the action. So I thought, let's jump on board with one of our drivers, and in this case it's Tim Auty. We're going to jump on board with in race 2 last night. We had 2 races. If you do want to catch the full coverage, you can jump onto our YouTube channel and have a look at it there. We'll leave a link at the end of this video and down in the description as well. But we're going to jump on board with him to get an idea of just what it was like to actually drive on the track in the Audi 90, one of our favourite cars. It was a little dark, the second race run at night, and got a little bit difficult to see, particularly on the infield. So we're interested to see how, from the driver's perspective, that looked. So let's get things started here. Let's switch over, and we're on board on the grid already. Timothy Auty's looking around about P6 or 7. And we're going to have a look at this race here. So let's get this started. Station start as well. Get away. Just dial the volume down a little bit on that there. You can see just how busy it is in the car as well. Cool exhaust there. A little bit of a pass on him. So this corner here, particularly, someone just goes off on the outside there, particularly difficult on cold tyres. It's a double apex, right-hander, so we're going to be a little bit patient. We've got 20 minutes here, set pit stop as well. Start from Audi. The stationary start caught out a number of drivers, so you got away well. You can see the dashboard lights there, basically non-existent too. Cars to drive, just up in the distance there. Braking nice and late here down into the chicane, trying to get the thing turned in. So these are 4-wheel drive, a little bit of oversteer there on the outside, well caught. And looks like there. Shane Wallace just getting underneath 40 on the exit. Big belching flame out of the exhaust, love that. Somebody skimmed around in the front there. Who that was, might have been Jeff Collins. It was an all black looking car, but you can see, you don't get much time to respond at all. As soon as that light goes off, when they get off the NASCAR section of the track, the green gets difficult, particularly for brake markers and stuff like that. Turning in, being patient here, trying to get as close into that wall. Once you end up off the other side, off into the grass, so this is really the only section where you get a break as well. It's a pretty intense 1 minute sort of 16 lap around this track. Having a bit of curve there, using all of the exit as well. Be a good lap here. See the struggle to get the car pulled up as well. There's no ABS. Just dancing it through the chicane. Down the inside there, someone doing the jump. Looks like that might have been Jack Boyd from the livery. Had a good couple of races last night. You let the car run wide, get the turn back in, use all the exit here, as you can do. Patience, patience, patience. Getting nice and close here, see that little bit wide, just a little bit of time. Auty's no slouch behind the wheel either, so have another visit here down the inside. Yeah, Jack Boyd get back. Oh, it's got a bit of damage on the inside there as well. I get nice and close to that exit wall there. Nervous trying to get out of that. These are full driver's cars, these Audi 90s. Just trying to get back down the inside here, pull it up on the 58. Not quite able to get it through, just flicks it through the chicane. Go through again for another lap. So you can see what I was talking about in terms of not getting a break at all. Big cloud of smoke off there on the inside. Could have been Matty Cartleone. Actually, no, that was in race 1, so I don't know who that was. Got some curb, there's a bit of traffic all over the joint here. Pretty wide. There's a drive, you don't know where to go when this happens, and you can see there someone just running a little wide, void down the inside as well, so where do you go? Manages to pull it up, Auty, does a good job. It's nice and wide here, you've got to pull back, get as close to the wall as you can. Of course, with a car on the inside, that makes it a bit more difficult, so you've got to be aware of that wall on the outside edge. Man, cell on the inside there, I think. Injected on line entry. So again, who's going to go here? What are you going to do? Do you pull out of it? Do you try and force the issue? Oh, there's 2 down there on the inside, so you can't even see him on the way back through. Great stuff. You got to think as well, if these guys are running a single monitor setup rather than a triple monitor setup, this is the vision they've got. There's no peripheral vision at all. So where we couldn't see that guy coming through, neither could Auty. And there's some smoke up there, someone must have collected the wall. It's a blind corner here. Oh, as the back steps out a little bit, he's just had to drop it down again. Looks like someone's in the wall in front of him. See just how dark it gets. Back steps out, a little bit of contact there by the look of it. Says he should get a run on here. Stick it down the inside. Just not going to quite get there under brakes. Oh, but does now because it's run wide. I get squeezed. He's manages to hold it. There's a little damage to the left-hand front corner there. Shouldn't affect him too much here with the length of the track. It's designed, but just got squeezed a bit there. Had nowhere to go. All on the inside edge. The interior, it's something we spoke about last night on the stream. It's the dials, nothing complicated about it. That'll be just a change to the message on the screen, I imagine. Back in the day when it was a bit simpler. Boost gauge mount up on the roll cage up the top there. You see that up the top there. Slide again, even though it's 4-wheel drive. Helker. As it goes, it goes. Won't take tyres in this race, not for 20 minutes, particularly not at night. Nice and close on the inside there again. Cones copped a battering all night. You can sort of see the line that's developing, so there you get the speed on the exit there. It's getting nice and close to the wall on the exit because you want to get onto the gas as early as you can. Down through here. Same thing again, so braking at about the 3 marker. Get in early, use the curb, bounce the car, use all the exit. Get on the gas as early as you can, that's how you generate the lap speed. Gas as long as you can, nice and close to this pit wall on the left hand side. A little bit of grass, don't want to grab too much of it though. Good as you can, he goes again for another lap, so sort of got into a pocket of his own here a little bit. Damn many times that wall's been clouded on the way through there. Probably just grabbed the inside there as well, so that's got to be how dark it is, just probably not quite able to see it. I'm not sure if Auty's in VR or if he's running a single or triple screen, but just missed the turn-in point easily. Not there, but you can just miss it easily because of that how dark it is. So digging through that first part of the lap, it's noticeably worse least here you got light off in the distance, but when you start out on that lap onto the infield, you can't see a lot. Smoke. Pretty clean last night. There was a bit of stuff when the race was first out. So typically stationary start's not something that the guys normally do here on AusProAm. It's normally rolling start in the GTs. Go around again. Just grabbed a lot of the grass there as well. Keeps it under control. It's good driving. Gets through there nice and quick. Alright, big slide there. Got to try and pull up, make sure it doesn't hit them. Get through there, well done. Yeah, you can just see there how dark it is now as we get into this section of the track. It's easy to miss your mark. As I said, here you got to run it out as wide as you can. Turn back in and use the exit on the curb. You've got plenty of runoff here to do that, so just make that a little bit difficult. There's a little bit of insurance there because of the width of the track, but it's pretty narrow, and these cars being wide-bodied, not a lot of room, so you can see why when he was running through that section of the track, they're got pinched up against the wall because there's just nowhere to go. Good consistent laps. So what we're trying to do here is not critique driving or any of that sort of stuff. Just give you a perspective of what the race was like from one of the drivers. So being shown here how to do it by Audi. So the car's up in a pit lane, and when you'll jump in there, the entry to pit lane here is a little difficult too. You've got to make sure you, because you're flying in off the banking, make sure that you don't end up going too hard and going over that that threshold line. And there's no pit limiter on this either, so it's all manually controlled. The driver has to sort of pluck it back to a gear and hold a particular RPM to try and make sure that they're not speeding in pit lane. So the real driver's car, totally different to what we're normally driving in the GT3s. Good exit there. You can just see as close as you just get that flow over the crest. Line 2, it's easy to get caught there in someone else's accident, so track. Just throw it in, use the curb, get back through, and as brave as you can be. Oh, nice and close there to the wall. As brave as you can be on the exit. Make your way out. Everybody's going to pull into pit lane. I want to see this stop in. Still not there. Just teases us. Gets it pulled up. No ABS, no traction control. Uses the curves to get it through. Nice job. Slide, catches it, just drops it a gear. There's that darkness again. Hello darkness, my old friend. It's fixed setup too if you haven't actually watched the series, so all these cars exactly the same. Comes down to driver skill. From Audi so far, so you haven't really got pinched there in this slide, but very, very clean. Pretty generous. There is a fast repair as well for the driver to use, so I don't know if Audi used that in race 1, but at the moment no need in race 2. Not quite able to close the gap up on the car in front. We're about halfway through the race here, so he's going to need to jump in for fuel soon. Got a couple of different ideas on pit strategy last night, with a couple of guys jumping in real early. That one, you see a car up in the distance there, jumping in a pit lane. Audy's going to join him here, so on the anchors there's the control line. So you see him just hold a rev here. So it's just tick under 4k. I think he's in second. And of course there's a possibility of stalling this out of the pits as well, so them there, just increase the revs there. It'll only be a small amount of fuel needed. And then it just drops it, just so they make sure that he doesn't end up stalling. So a couple of drivers stall on the start. Pit exit here is a little tricky too. Particularly if you're in that first bay, it's real tight, but then you come out here, and of course as you can see there, drivers coming across in front of you as well on the racing line. There's one down the inside here, you can't quite see him, off to the right. So Audy's got to get a move on. Warm tyres is going to help. I think that might be 64, it could be, it's not Dennis Guitaric, I'm not quite sure who that is off the top of my head. Driving from him on the exit. Going on in front here. Audy's going to get involved under brakes. Oh, a big cross up. Oh, he's managed to catch it. Cost him a little bit of time, unfortunately, but went very deep in there under brakes, trying to close the gap. Onto the battle in front. I think it's a slightly different line that the drivers take through there as well. Could be a little bit of that follow mentality. Up in front, oh, a bit of a slide, grabs it, just desperately trying to get back onto the back of these two in front. Get there, I think. Got some speed. Just when they're battling and distracted, it's the best time for him to make Audy to catch back up. Got a good run here. Gets the exit right. We'll get the draft. Got to use the clutch in this car too. There's no it's not sequential, the gearbox, so you have to do everything properly. Miss shifts, all that sort of stuff can happen. He gets a good run there. It's that little bit quicker into the braking zone. Brakes that a little bit later, or maybe just a little more effective in the trail brake. Look here, close right up. Oh, look at this, good move, it's going to get done. Might be able to set something up there for next lap. It's hard to pass here, so you're going to have to work it out, but that is where he's quicker. Belching flames, they look awesome. Sound great too, so just holding the gear there, get it back in. And he does. He gets a good exit here. I like his chances up into the chicane. Oh, he's alright there, he's right there. That shift just kills him a little bit there. Close right back up on him here, so maybe into the final chicane is where he's going to be able to have a look. They're side by side too, so it's a little bit cautious, which you need to be just in case something happens. Get a good exit. Yeah. Takes advantage of that section of the track, which you can do. So I like his chances down here, particularly if these two are fighting. I'd be having a look just on the exit here. Oh, look at him go down the inside. Oh, he's got it. Someone's hit the wall on the outside there. So he's got one up. Oh, a little rub on the wall there as well, I think. Could have been on the other side of the wall. Back backs to back itself there. turned in. Might want to play. Right to the wall there. That's where it double backs on itself on that turn 1 concrete wall. This is your exit and re-enter the oval section of the track. Slow car down on the infield. Lots of smoke around, lots of guys either locking up or touching the wall. Too many laps to go here. The white flag. In fact, there it is. The white flag. So it'll be one more lap. Oh, a bit of a slide. Catches it. That's on here. Just pushes a little bit the car there. Testing a little bit. It's got a bit of work to do here if we're going to get that position back. Catching the guy in front as well, so nice and close to the wall. Oh, he's got a good exit this time. Good shift. Yeah, gets the shift in as well. Good exit here. Too far back, unfortunately, to press a claim for another spot. Good drive though, particularly to avoid that incident early on that could have wrecked his race. So Auty here, I get a feeling would have finished inside the top 10. So just going to do a little bit of a celebration. You can see plenty of guys doing that off in the distance there. Engage reverse and have a little celebration as you can in this, because it's got a clutch, fireworks going off and everything. So a good drive there. So a big thank you to Tim Auty for taking us around. He doesn't know yet that he's done that, but thanks Tim for letting us ride on board with you. Let us know your feedback about this segment. So we had a couple of overlays and things like that to it, so that you've got a bit more information about what's going on. It is the pilot, so we live and we learn, but straight away we probably need that information, so we'll get that onto the next one that we do. If there's a driver you want to see on board with, let us know, and we'll see what we can do about getting that done as well. And in the meantime, do make sure that you subscribe and follow us, particularly on YouTube, where we are trying to grow our audience. And as always, thanks very much.